Hey guys, I hope you're all crispy and crunchy. It's Serial Matty here, and welcome to the second episode of the Yuri route of DDLC Purist mod. So far, we only got to spend one day with a Yuri. It was the festival day. And what can I say? It was absolutely nuts. A lot of hand-holding action, a lot of embracing action. And I think it's going absolutely in the right direction. And I think we should continue this direction. So let's go. It's the day after the festival. Honestly, I barely remember how or when I fell asleep, but I somehow dragged myself back to school. I think the lesson is chemistry? I could get away with sleeping for just a little bit. Twick! Something just hit my head, I think. It takes a moment for me to locate the offending object lying next to the leg of my chair. A crumpled paper. Amazing. I unwrap the note, squinting to make out the scrawl. Meet me outside after class. That's it, really? While I'm tempted to toss it back in their general direction, something keeps me holding it. I have a feeling it shouldn't be ignored. Technically, I'm missing literature club for a dumb note. Then again, after what happened at the festival, I should probably sort through my own feelings before seeing her again. Some 5-10 minutes later, a scruffy-looking upperclassman arrives. Hey, you actually showed up. What's that supposed to mean? Well, how many times have people actually listened to notes that randomly hit them in the back of the head? Well, I was curious, so tell me, why do you bring me here? The guy puts a diplomatic smile, like he's trying to make some kind of deal. There is no easy way for me to say this, but you shouldn't be dating Yuri. Well, who are you to tell me? Huh? Wait, what do you mean? I mean, aside from the fact that we aren't even... He raises his hand in I know gesture. Look, I'm just saying. It would be in your best interest not to not get caught up with her. People saw you at the festival and, well, he shrugs. Over Yuri, literally anybody's a better choice. Again, who are you to judge? I know this will sound harsh, but there have been, incidents. Yeah, incidents. Incidents? Jesus. Look, I'm trying to be helpful. Steer clear of her. That's all I'll say. Excusez-moi, but what are you trying to say? Are you going after her and now you're trying to get me away from her? So she's all yours or what? I mean, I'm sorry, but duh, you're a coward. I just can't keep quiet. You're a coward, you know that. He blinks, caught way off guard. Excuse me? I stare at him, eye to eye. I don't need you or even want you to tell me who I can or can't be with. And to think that you try and do this all behind her back? I don't want any of what you're selling. I sling my bag over my shoulder, leaving him slack-jawed. My mind races. Why would he care about us? What did Yuri ever do? Who the hell does he think he is? Double she, but it was a double he. I should get going. I'll probably be able to catch some part of the rest of literature club. Yes. Not sure how I'm going to face Yuri after this, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I slide open the literature club door and walk inside. Natsuki struts in beside me, a bulky magazine folded up under her arm. I should ask her about Yuri. Despite their vitriol, they seem to have been tolerating each other a little better lately. It wouldn't hurt to ask if Natsuki has heard anything, even if it's unlikely for her to know about what happened. Hey Natsuki, can I talk to you outside for a second? So Yuri and Monica both give me looks of confusion, but I shake my head slightly as I duck outside. A few seconds later, Natsuki walks out into the hall as well. Jeez, what the heck is this all about? Natsuki abruptly stops, seeing the expression on my face. You look kind of worried. What's wrong? I don't bother being coy. I tell her everything. Some guy took me aside after last class. He said I should keep away from Yuri. For my own sake, actually. What's that even about? How could anyone say that about her? Natsuki chews on her bottom lip, starting at some point on the floor. Starting. I guess you've finally heard, Maddie. Rumors about Natsuki show up from time to time, yeah. But, that's all they are. Just, right? Just rumors. You don't know anything else about it, then? What are the rumors about, anyway? The guy who mentioned them was pretty vague. It shouldn't matter what rumors are, Matty. Like, I've gone to school long enough to know that rumors never end up being true anyway. Why should it be different for you? There are no super widespread rumors anyway. If they were, I guess Monica probably would have heard about it and done something by now. Or maybe she already tried and it didn't work, but you get my point, right? Yuri probably wouldn't want you to get involved with those rumors anyway. Natsuki raises her eyes to look at me. She really likes you, I feel myself turning a little pink. Just like Natsuki. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe... Okay, everyone. It's time to share poems. Well, I've got a poem prepared, so... What am I about to share? My feelings with Yuri? Or for Yuri? Because Yuri isn't here yet. Natsuki huffs, straightening her blazer before walking off to retrieve her poem. I should probably go get mine as well. Oh, so you have one prepared. That's remarkable, I guess. Yeah. I came, I saw, I see. No. I shared poems. And Yuri wasn't even there. Hey. Hey, Matty. I glance over at Yuri. She has her head bowed. Kicking absent-mindedly at the gravel on her path. I might be being nosy, but what were you talking with Natsuki about? Oh, so that's it. We never really discussed it, and I thought she'd just forgotten. I never seemed to give her enough credit, I guess. Matty? Well, I think you know about Yuri and I, right? So Yuri nods, looking me over tentatively. Yeah? Well, it's like there have been rumors. Rumors? I mean, somebody told me to stay away from Yuri. So Yuri seems to have the same reaction I did, confused and worried. That's mean. I know, but what can I do? He didn't tell me the why of it. So Yuri gives a tiny nod. I figured Natsuki might know about why she's so insulated, but she beat around the bush, so... Do you know? I don't. Sorry, Matty. I reach over and prod her cheek, causing her to yelp. Don't worry about it. It's my problem to deal with, okay? So Yuri shakes her head, hefting her backpack. Matty. Yeah? I need you to understand that I'm here for you. We are here for you. I know. But do you? I feel like you're only holding back because you don't trust us. So Yuri peers at me, her bubbly personality replaced by a serious demeanor. Well, if you have ideas, I'm welcome to hear them. So Yuri nods, pushing the tips of her fingers together. Come on, there's even a sprite for this. Just do it. Yeah. Well, why don't you invite her out? Then you can talk about it there. I was planning to, yeah. She claps her hands together, nodding. That should work. Just make sure you take her someplace nice. Nice? Well, you can't just take her anywhere, you know? Yeah, I know. So Yuri skips to a stop in front of my house. You better make a good impression. I'll be watching. You will be watching? I give a small laugh, waving. Keep me honest, okay? Jeez, I'm kind of creeped out by the fact that she will be watching us. I don't know what she means with that, but why did I skip that text box? Oh wait, I can read history. Yuri doesn't answer back. Nice. A bookstore. That would be easy enough, right? Unless you're me, who spent what should have been my sleeping hours searching up the prime location for what might technically be our first date. In which case, it feels more like pulling out your own tooth. I'm sure she'll love it. So Yuri grins, skipping alongside me as we head up to school. She was she was the one who helped me put this together, so she might have a point. And she's known her longer too. Ah! So Yuri comes to an abrupt halt, eyes wide. While looking around for whatever caused the reaction, she nudges me forward. It's Yuri. This is your chance. Oh, it is indeed Yuri, leaning on the street corner. Waiting for me? Maybe? Okay, I can only hope. I brush the front of my blazer, mouth is suddenly gone dry. So Yuri nudges me forward. Go on, this is what you planned, isn't it? I stumble forward, rehearsing a greeting as Yuri turns to me. Wait, Matt and Yuri. Hi there and hi there. We say at the same time. If I could sink into the ground now, I would. At the very least, Yuri looks just as embarrassed. So Yuri told me you passed this way? I glance quickly over my shoulder. The woman in question has already fled the scene. Just as well, I guess. Well, here I am now at least. Do you want to get going? Yuri nods quickly and we quickly fall in step next to one another. I clear my throat nervously. Did you have fun at the festival? It was the first time I had actually helped the club setting their booth up. Yuri nods, a smile spreading across her face. I did. It was very heartening to see students enjoy our poetry. You mean your poetry, right? Yuri turns visibly pink. That's not true. Your poems at least give me inspiration. I laugh, which makes her turn to me, a pout on her face. I just write words and hope they stick. That was entirely you, and it was really good. Well, thank you. We keep walking in silence, but it's more of a cozy one than an awkward one. As we approach the school gates, I slow to a stop. And one more thing. Oh? You're still okay with our date after school? You already told her? Oh, yes, definitely. Yuri perks up suddenly on edge. Okay, that's great. Meet back here? Yuri nods quickly, grinning still. I should head to class soon. Right. She strolls off, leaving me to get to my own class. I know right now I won't be able to concentrate on schooling. Win some, lose some, I guess. Who needs school anyway, if you have Yuri? In the end, it didn't take much more than Yuri and I are on a date to excuse us from the literature club and for Yuri to turn an interesting shade of you didn't have to do that, Matty. Well, yeah, but I didn't want to just buzz off without any warning. Yuri nods, smiling faintly. Anyway, the bookstore is really close. You might have already been there, actually. Well, maybe, but not accompanied. I smile in spite of myself, nudging her with my shoulder. First time for everything, right? Sure. Ooh, hello. We have some stem, some soccer, some smile, some scroll, whatever. Anyway, that's the wrong button again. Yuri and I walk into the bookstore I picked for our date. Anxiety swelled throughout my body, as I'm afraid of the possibility that this won't go well. Luckily, there's a noticeably small number of people currently in this store, making it a great location for a date. At least, that's what I hope. So, here we are. Yuri looks over at me, struggling to make eye contact. Yes, we are. She looks about as nervous as I am, if not more. Man, what do I even do here? People go to bookstores to shop for books, right? But where do I even start? Maybe there's a manga section you can go to. I guess it'd be easy enough to browse through and see if anything looks interesting. You like horror, right, Yuri? Yuri peeks over at me again and nods her head. That is correct. I do enjoy horror. Would you like to look through the horror aisle then? Eisel. 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 My Austrian came through. Sorry. The nervous expression on Yuri's face returns. Only if you want to. I don't think Yuri completely got what I was driving at, but it doesn't matter. We make our way to the horror aisle of books, and I freeze up once we do. Man, now what? I know nothing about books. Yuri's basically an expert, so what am I supposed to do that won't make me look like an idiot? For now, I glance through the various titles. If nothing else, at least I can admire the well-drawn cover art. Have you found a book you're interested in, Matty? Yuri catches me off guard, and I make a small jump backwards. I was just eyeing. I grab the nearest book next to me, not taking enough time to actually check what it is. At the Mountains of Madness? Yeah, I mean, the cover art looks pretty cool, I think. The empty snow landscape makes you feel a little bit of dread, see? Makes you feel a little bit of dread, see? I don't know how to make that sound. I mean, it says ooh-hoo-hoo, but I don't think you say ooh-hoo-hoo. Anyway. Well, that doesn't quite mean the book itself is spectacular, but the front cover does make an impression. You think so? Yes, it's interesting how the cover art for a book can be the most iconic thing about it, even if the writing is subpar. I still feel a bit lost about how to interpret books and writing and all that, but Yuri seems like she knows what she's talking about, as usual. I think I'll buy this one then. Is there anything you're interested in here, Yuri? Well, I go to this bookstore all the time and there doesn't appear to be any new stock, so... Yuri looks away, frustrated. I should have told you I always go here, so you could have picked a different location. I can't even go without ruining our first date. You're not ruining it. Yuri's face falls even further. That was a mixture of British and American, whatever. No, it's not ruined. The location isn't what matters. I still enjoy being with you, even though I know nothing about books. Really? Yuri perks up a bit. Yeah, on this date to spend time with you. Sure, it's unfortunate that I picked a bookstore where there's no books you haven't already passed on, but who cares? That's not going to stop me from appreciating being with you. We even talked earlier about how this might happen and that I was fully prepared for it. Besides, I never even told you the specific location of where our date would be anyway. You have no reason to blame yourself. Well, if that's how you feel. Thank you, Matty. I'm enjoying being with you as well. Awkward silence fills the air. Now what? Well, we both stare at the ground. Let's sit down. Once I buy this, I mean. After quickly purchasing the book, we move to a nearby table and sit down next to each other. Should we read together then? Maybe later, but I wanted to talk for a bit first. Ooh, I see. That's understandable. Now it's getting serious. So, how have you been? I've been well enough. The awkward silence from before returns in a vengeance. Yuri lays her head down on the table, resting on top of her crossed arms. What am I supposed to do, Matty? I have no idea how dates are supposed to work. All I'm doing is wasting your time. No, not at all. Like I said, just being next to you is great. Words aren't always everything. Looks are. Yuri seems a bit calmer after that comment. I suppose so. I decide to change the subject. So, I know you're into poetry, but have you ever tried writing your own book? Well, I've dabbled in writing fiction, I suppose. But publishing a book would require me to share my work and, well, nobody would want to read that. Come on, Yuri, I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. It's true, though. Please, your poetry is incredible, so I bet that if you tried writing a full-fledged book, it would be amazing. I am not sure if you can make that comparison that easily. Writing poetry is much different than writing a traditional story. Dealing with a narrative structure, having to develop interesting characters, and all the other fallacies of that type of writing. What even is words? It's a huge undertaking, and it's difficult for reasons other than why writing well-done poetry is difficult. I bet you'd be disappointed if you read any of my attempts at a novel. I doubt that. Maybe we could read your work sometime together. If you really want to, maybe one day. A smile tugs at the corner of Yuri's lips. Jeez, I got entangled in my headphone cable. Anyway, how about that book I just bought? Let's see what it's like. Yeah, let's see. Yuri and I read the book for a few hours, stopping about halfway through. Jesus, you have so much patience to read in a bookstore. I wouldn't have, to be honest. What do you think of it? That's me who said that. Anyway, my impressions? It's hard to judge without having read the full story, but I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, I'm not an expert on what's good horror like, but I had fun reading it, I think. This Lovecraft guy had a dark mind. It was pretty creepy, which I guess fits considering the genre, but this has kind of been a new experience to me. Having you right next to me made me a lot more comfortable, though. Yuri's cheeks quickly reddened. Thank you. We should read the rest of this sometimes. I would like that. I've really enjoyed this date, Yuri. That's right. I had forgotten this was a date. I've enjoyed it as well. We look into each other's eyes until Yuri recoiled from nervousness. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this. It's fine, Yuri. We can go as slow or as fast as you'd like. You must really like me, don't you? Oh, jumping to conclusions? To be able to tolerate my company and actually enjoying going to a bookstore with me. There's not many people like that. I'm thankful that you feel the way how you do about me. Hey, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who would be honored to be in a relationship with you. I'm honestly shocked that you even like me. In a good way, of course. Less people than you think, Matty. A lot less. Yuri seems to be saddened from this conversation. I have to find a way to salvage this. Well, you've got me now, right? And the rest of the literature club too. Regardless of how many people you like, what's important is that there are people who do like you. What more do you need? I suppose that's one way to put it. Yuri seemed slightly happy after hearing that, chuckling softly to herself. I'd love to spend more time with you today, but it's going to be evening soon, isn't it? We should probably get ready to leave now. Disappointment fits across Yuri's face. True. I wish we could be together for longer, but I guess this is how it is. Yeah, sadly so. We hold hands together as we leave the store. Aww. You're too cute, guys. I can't take it anymore. I'm getting as pink as my shirt. If you could see my shirt, you can't. Haha. As we walk, though, I notice a certain someone on the sidewalk. That guy. He's from my school, isn't he? The one who warned me off. As I stop to look over at him, he spots us. A small smirk spreads over his face as we simultaneously recognize one another. Matty? I look away and begin walking again. Sorry, it's nothing. Yeah, it would make sense to see him around town every once in a while, I think. Why did this time feel so ominous? A premonition, sorry. Maybe the smirk. Yeah, that was sort of creepy. Not that it matters, I guess. And wasn't I supposed to talk about the rumors going on with Yuri? Guess I'll just have to wait until next time. It's been a week or so since my last date with Yuri. I'd planned to talk to her about the rumors I heard about before, but couldn't muster up to the courage to do so. I feel like it's a heavy topic and I don't want to screw it up. Nothing particularly bad has come up as a result of those rumors, though. As much as I'd love to live in blissful ignorance forever, I'm going to have to talk to Yuri about it sooner or later. So I guess I may as well get it over with. Groggily getting out of bed, I check my phone to see a text from Yuri, sent a few minutes ago. And I think what this text is, we will find out in the next episode. I'm sorry to leave you on that spot. But I think this is a good point again to leave it here. well, nothing better than a good, calm day with my almost girlfriend Yuri, my waifu, at the bookstore, reading together. Has just been a nice time. So I think we can leave this on a high note. Yeah, still I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, tell me somehow, whatever way you like. And I'll see you all in the next video.